So who takes care of you?
I do.
Hey best friend, welcome in. Come on in, let's chat. Hey best friend, welcome in. Can we talk about Isis, the new trophy wife? I have a few things to say, not too much. The first thing that I want to say is she was giving all types of advice on how to be a new trophy wife and how to get a wealthy man and all of this advice that she was giving to young ladies that I call BS. If you look at her channel, you can see things like this: never chase or be too easy. When in all actuality, she kind of chased and she was a little easy. She was getting out of one situation with one man, didn't have a place to stay, and wound up asking him, can she move in with him with her 2 sons? Now, we would look at this and be like, you didn't know him very well. Really, you didn't know him at all, and you had 2 children. She also stated in other videos that she was making like $90K a year. So in my eyes, if you were making $90K a year, yes, your lease was ending with the one guy. So why couldn't you go and get another place for you and your children? I don't know the answer to these questions, but we're going to move along. This story is going around on TikTok and also YouTube, so I'm not going to get deep into it because a lot of you may already know the story and what's going on. I'm just here to maybe state a few of my opinions, and that's basically it. I'm not going to get into everything that she said, but most of you already know that she basically was saying that he touched 2 of her girls, which is also his children as well. This story is definitely a trigger warning, so if you've ever went through a situation like this, you may want to be careful when listening to it because it may trigger something in you. Isis also went on to say that when she was younger, she was touched by her neighbor's husband. And she also said that she was also a product of being touched. So all of this is not too new to her. So I'm not sure why she didn't take precaution before jumping and doing certain things. She also stated that whenever she got married to him, I guess 4 years ago, he also did that to her a couple times. So in my mind, I would think he did this to you a couple times when you guys got married, and then you have 2 girls by him and he proceeds to do this to them. All of this is a cycle that has to end. I'm not really putting all of the blame on her because of course she didn't know, I'm sure, and I'm sure she would have never let that happen to her children, which is evident by how fast she left when she found out. So kudos to her for taking her girls and her sons out of that situation. But I will say this: jumping into a marriage with someone in a week that you didn't even know should have definitely raised a red flag. She says don't chase and don't be easy, but in order for her to solidify that he was going to actually marry her, she went and bought him a $300 ring just to light some fire under his butt to actually really marry her. So to me, you kind of did a little chasing yourself. A lot of the things that she was posting is really a contradiction because I'm sure she didn't believe any of that stuff herself. But as you know, a lot of these people get on the internet and portray to be something that they are not. They also portray this lifestyle that they are not living, and they also sorry y'all, they also portray in relationships that they really aren't happy in. A lot of this is going on over the internet, and the fact that people can really give out relationship advice and they're not doing no better themselves and people are actually listening to this stuff is crazy to me, because I don't sit and listen to anybody that's trying to give me relationship advice, because I am myself and I got this. So all of this tells me that she was in a rush to be a wife and she really wanted to after listening to like Sprinkle and Kevin Samuels. And maybe she could have been tired of being a single mother and taking care of her 2 sons by herself, because her last relationship, she expressed that he really didn't want to be like a father figure to her 2 boys, that he just wanted to be with her. And I can fully understand that, because I have 2 boys and I've been in a relationship before where they just wanted to be with me, and you can't have me without my kids. So I get that part. Also, I want to backtrack to the part to where I was talking about how she got married to him and he did that to her. I will say this. She probably felt like numb to it when it happened to her with him, because it's happened to her before. So I think maybe she felt numb to it, and she was just like, well, this is what I signed up for. I married him, it is what it is. But I can say that she definitely jumped out of that in that mind state when it happened to her girls. I am so glad that she did not stay in that situation and allow her kids to continue to go through that just for money or just for the lifestyle. I'm really glad that she ended up getting her kids out of that situation. And again, she also went through that as a child, and I know that that had an impact of how she grew up, especially when she spoke about, growing up and she not having any self-esteem and wasn't thinking that she was enough and good enough. And that kind of shaped her life, and you can definitely tell. So I am very glad that she took her children out of the situation. Well, beauties, until next time, that's all I have for you today. Y'all have a good night. Bye.